Well, who's going to play Cuba City in the Division IV Championship? Durand, Arkansas, and St. Mary Catholic are up next. And to help us answer that question, let's send it courtside to Nick Tabbert and Andy Brownell.
All right, thank you so much, Scott. Welcome to Green Bay, Andy.
Hey, thanks. Glad to be back.
We got a couple of teams here that have won state titles, but it's been a while since they've been here. Durand, Arkansas, 2017. St. Mary Catholic, 2009. So, what do you think of the matchup tonight?
I think this is going to be really exciting matchup between these two teams. You see St. Mary's, who really wants to get up and down that full court pressure. And then you got the defensive approach, low turnovers from Durand. It's going to be an intriguing matchup as these two square off.
Let's get into our Menards points of the game, brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all of your home improvement needs. We start with the Zephyrs.
Very balanced attack. Obviously, Emily Vogel, as Coach Chu said, she does it all. Whatever position we need, she's there. She's our girl. She leads the way.
And for the Panthers, very strong senior class. There's 6 of them. We're showing you 5. That senior class really does everything.
It does. And again, that balance there, that's always tough for a team to match up because if you never know which of those girls, that's enough points where you know they could go off any given night.
We saw Cuba City, program that has won 1,000 games. Durand, Arkansas, right behind, about 950.
That's
so
a lot of
can the
games.
Panthers continue the legacy and get back to the title game? We're going to have a local break here now. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Division IV state semifinals. Durand, Arkansas, and St. Mary Catholic. Let's meet the teams for tonight's game. Here now is PA announcer Brian Kuklinski.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Resch Center for this WIAA Division IV semifinal between the Durand, Arkansas Panthers and the St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs. Let's meet the Panthers of Durand, Arkansas. Number 5, Jaden Glaus. Number 10, Allison McMahon. Number 20, Tori Weiss. Number 22, Miley Sand. Number 23, Lucy Hoyt. Number 24, Olivia Mueller. Number 30, Peyton Paschal. Number 33, Emma Pelkey. Number 34, Isabella Auth. Number 44, Sophia Raisler. And number 45, Elena Dorwin. Now let's meet the Zephyrs of St. Mary Catholic. Number 1, Elizabeth McCauley. Number 2, Audrey Weber. Number 3, Lucy Norville. Number 11, Madeline Middlestadt. Number 14, Isabella Jankowski. Number 15, Lucy Knackers. Number 20, Gabriella Callan. And number 23, Eliana Bren. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the Durand, Arkansas Panthers. At guard, a 5'3" senior, number 2, Chloe Off. At forward, a 5'9" senior, number 11, Addison Off. At forward, a 5'7" senior, number 12, Victoria Curve. At guard, a 5'7" senior, number 14, Emma Hoyt. And at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 21, Sawyer Sabelko. The head coach of the Panthers is Darren Lowenhagen. And now the starting lineup for the St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 4, Emily Vogel. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 5, Lauren Ripley. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 10, Autumn Crow. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Noli Anderson. And at forward, a 5'7" senior, number 21, Britton Voss. The head coach of the Zephyrs is Jeff Chu. The referees assigned to tonight's game by the WIAA are Wayne Siskin of Cameron, Scott Tathan of Barron, and Carl Birch of Slinger.
It's been an exciting first day of our girls' state basketball tournament. So glad you can join us from home. Maybe you're still at the office, got the game on your phone or your laptop. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Opening tip, controlled by the Zephyrs. Vogel up top, open look for 3. Ripley won't go, Sabelko the rebound. Here comes Durand, Arkansas, 23-5 record on the season, 12-2 in the Dun St. Croix. Losses to Elkmound, who played here at State earlier today in Division III. St. Mary Catholic, 25-3, 4 straight conference titles. Won 11-1, beat Manitowoc Lutheran to reach the Resch Center this year.
Nice
Inside.
Vogel, left hand.
And some extended pressure.
And you're going to see this all game from St. Mary. They are going to come out and they're going to press, try to make those guards uncomfortable for Durand.
Panthers going to fire back from the corner. How about Kurth for 3?
Good way to counteract the pressure, knock those down. You can see the height advantage for St. Mary, definitely something they're going to look to take advantage of. Durand just said, we're going to outwork them.
Ripley on the drive, walled off, good help defense. Vogel.
Let's move.
Gets it back, now it's loose. Kurth corrals. This is a Durand, Arkansas team that averages 54.5 points per game. Sabelko!
Stepping into it. 2 for 2 from threes. That helps. Gets you off to a good start.
First trip to state for Durand, Arkansas since 2017. One of the legacy programs in this state. Obviously, back in the 1980s, had some really strong teams, won a couple of titles. Panthers were knocked out in regionals a couple of straight years. Big win over Fall Creek this season to kind of get over the hump. That was a big one for them, just mentality-wise, and now they're here at the Resch.
Yeah, that was kind of like their bugaboo, trying to hold them up a little bit.
All right, so a great start for the Panthers. Let's take a look back at the last few buckets here.
Wide open 3, again, way to counteract that pressure, draw the defense. Good kick to the corner. Another pull-up. You can see Coach Chu does not want to give that look up. A little 1-3-1 here now from Durand.
We're going to stay at this end of the floor. Britton Voss on your screen. One of the seniors on this squad. Both seniors, senior-heavy lineups here tonight.
Yeah, both teams definitely lean on their seniors. And again, chemistry goes a long way to help you functioning as a team.
Emily Vogel, 1,000-point scorer, Conference Player of the Year, going to take her talents to UWO Player.
Duran doing a nice job, not trying to prevent those lane touches.
Emma Hoyt, number 14, working hard inside against Voss.
And so St. Mary definitely want to try to get those inside touches with their height advantage.
Here's Vogel.
Good extra pass.
Open look for 3 for Ripley, off the mark. Second chance will go. It's Anderson.
Anderson, a state discus thrower, top player in the state. Strong finish.
Yeah, going to go to UW Milwaukee and be a thrower for the Panthers after she takes on these Panthers.
Oh, well played.
Good pace to start this Division IV semifinal. Nice cut.
Hand on the
Count
back.
it, and the foul.
Great basket cut.
Take another look here.
That player diving right to the rim in transition. So hard to guard for the defense if they're not back and set. Great find.
Ripley's numbers this season puts St. Mary Catholic in front. Timeout on the floor. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Just settling in here to our final game of day one at the State Girls Basketball Tournament. Take a look at the field goals, bottom of your screen. Second chance opportunities, key for the Zephyrs early.
And pressure, that's just something it's just gonna keep coming. So Durand, obviously to beat it, you can't have turnovers like that for sure.
Coach Lowenhagen, 7th season. All 5 Durand, Arkansas coaches in the program's history have won 75% or more of their games. And Durand, Arkansas has never had a losing season.
That's insane. When I heard that said earlier today, I was just like, are you kidding me? Never a losing season in program history.
12-11, I'm told, is the closest the program has ever come.
Yeah, that's quite the feat.
And right behind Cuba City for victories as a program. Cubans over 1,000. Durand, Arkansas over 950.
That's insanity. Good patience here by Durand. Taking their time, working around.
Sabelko. Hoyt in the corner.
Oh, 3 fest.
Threes are falling early for Durand, Arkansas.
3 for 3.
Team shoots about 31% on the year, but off to a hot start tonight.
That always helps, for sure.
Ripley trying to answer. Gets inside and scores.
Off the glass. Here comes the pressure again.
Near steal. Sabelko off. And now Kurth on the move. Hoyt, open look. Looked online, just a little too strong. Second chance, Sabelko.
We'll rip again.
Confident shooters
absolutely.
right now.
Yeah, gotta love it.
And the Zephyrs now back to work, looking to take the lead. That ball poked away.
Durand really collapsing on those lane touches. Again, knowing their disadvantage in the lane, trying to nullify that. Great work so far.
Pass inside to a
Nice
cutting
baseline
off to off there for the bucket.
Just read the defender turning their head just for that split second, made the backdoor cut.
Throw inside Ripley. Poked free, battle for it, and we're going to get a tie-up.
Jumper up.
And the possession will take us the other direction. Let's take a look back at the last couple buckets here.
Good drive and kick. Threes early on falling. Let's use the glass.
Always a factor when it's your first trip in a number of years, right? Can you settle in?
Oh, had the deflection. It's hard to pull that hand back sometimes. You think that's going to be a high one to tip. It's hard to retract.
Area of concern right away for Durand, Arkansas. That's 5 turnovers already.
Yeah,
so maybe the jitters are there.
And for a team that averages about 11 a game, not even close to halfway through the first half.
Ripley.
Nope.
Savelko controls.
Open
Pass
hands
deflected,
again.
but Chloe Oth's going to let it go out of bounds.
St. Mary's missed an opportunity there to collect that one.
What do you think of the pace so far?
I think this is definitely to the liking of St. Mary's, for sure. This is the pace that St. Mary's want. A little more pace, I would think, than what Durand would like at this point. They'd like to take the arrow out a little bit. They don't want to be that deliberate, but again, a little more patient.
You saw Lucy Knackers enter the game, number 15 for the Zephyrs. Expecting to see 7-8 players each side tonight. Hoyt had it blocked.
Ripley.
All right, walk me through this.
Time that one great. It was really nice, initial spin move, and then turns back, and Ripley just played it really well. Stayed on her hip, stayed straight up.
Hoyt hacked again, but she's going to draw a foul this time.
Yeah, came down a little too much. They had the inside position. They go straight up, you're okay, but again, that swat down, easy call.
Emma Hoyt steps to the free throw line. Leading scorer on this Panthers team. You take a look at her free throw numbers. 56% at the line. First team all-conference selection for the 3rd season.
This is definitely, I've been doing a lot of these Thursday night games over the years. This is definitely one of the more packed atmospheres that we've seen here. A lot of people here and very active student sections on both ends.
Durand, Arkansas won the Rush to the Resh competition.
Well, they're proving it. Great, a lot of purple, a lot of light baby blue colors here too.
Love to see it. Here come the Zephyrs on the run. Throw. Just lost it, but Ripley there.
Another one.
Now Anderson.
Yeah, that inside presence, that height, size advantage.
Credit to the teammates for hustling right behind the play. And now a possible steal, but Savelko able to get it back.
10-second count. Got to get it.
And a timeout. Lowenhagen saw it coming.
Wise call.
Well, that gives us a chance to catch our breath here.
Yeah.
All right, so the pace favors St. Mary. What are you going to do if you're Durand, Arkansas? Are you okay with taking the looks when you get them? Are you going to try to work for maybe an outside shot in the corner that we've seen a couple times?
I think sometimes the danger you fall into is they hit those first threes. 3 threes right away. And now they haven't hit one since. And sometimes it's easy to fall in love with that. I think they need to, again, one, better middle cutter coming to the middle on that press, and then attack the lane a little bit more. Yeah, there's a height advantage by St. Mary, but still, you got to get that inside touch, draw that defense. Let's give up those perimeter passes much better for Durand.
Panthers tournament trail, wins over Mondovi, Fall Creek, Colfax, and McDonald Central in a very defensive-minded sectional final last weekend. For the Zephyrs, wins over Bonduel, Manitowoc Lutheran, as I mentioned, in the sectional tournament to make it back here to the Resh.
Big one for them against Lutheran.
Yeah, it was the 3rd meeting of the season. They had split their first 2. Chloe Oth lets it fly. There's another 3.
Let's let her rip. You asked me what I thought before. There we go. Just jack it. Let's go. You got to take it. Feeling it, coach.
How about an answer?
Swing.
Addison off with the board.
Nice job, High Point, and that one just wanted to go get it right. It's his highest spot.
Durand, Arkansas already passed its point total from the sectional final in the first half. Another
what a
rejection. Here come the Zephyrs on the run.
2-on-1.
Vogel takes it herself.
Nice left. Nope. Great
Loose
job
ball
at the defender.
Ends up in the hands of Crow, and she scores.
That inside, that points in the paint differential.
Hoyt to Sabelko. Panthers get it across the line.
It's where the little wider, little longer court does help. Get a little more length to some of those passing lanes when you're getting trapped like that. Doesn't hurt.
Hoyt on Ripley.
Left hand.
And it crawls in.
Some very impressive shooting so far by Durand here. Shooting over 50% for the game. Zone look again here by Durand. Kind of mixing up those looks, trying to do what they can to keep those lane touches to a minimum.
Crow stolen away. It's Chloe off.
Great job reading the eyes of the passer.
Take a look at steals per game. 10 for the Panthers. Defensive-minded team.
And that pressure by St. Mary. Getting up. Challenging the ball handling.
Hoyt lets it fly in and out. And a whistle brings us to a timeout on the floor. Durand, Arkansas settling in. The Zephyrs keeping pace, 18-13 as we go to a local break. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. A lot of offense early here. Durand, Arkansas leading St. Mary Catholic 18-13. Panthers shooting well, as you talked about, Andy, and they're assisting well.
Yeah, that's some good offense right there. 6 buckets, 6 assists. I'd say that's moving the ball well.
Coach approves, so
Absolutely.
we're going to let him keep doing it, I guess.
Yeah. Good. Durand mixing up the defenses. Back to a zone look here.
Vogel out to Knackers. This is Ripley. Inside to Anderson. Spin move and a score.
Good finish in the lane again, adding to that point in the paint advantage. A little different look to the zone press right now. A little more of one look up, trying to force the ball to a side. Good job attacking the middle by Durand.
Hoyt.
Yep.
Jump ball.
I was expecting a reach.
So the Zephyrs get the ball back, and we'll take a look at their bucket from a moment ago.
Yeah, good feed inside. Nice strong move. And draws that defense with that initial step and then spins back around.
Points in the paint, clearly in the favor of the Zephyrs.
Just that hot shooting by Durand helps counteract that. Gonna have to keep that up if those inside points are gonna rack up.
Ripley, baseline.
Good board.
Kurth. And Sabelko will bring it across now.
Coach Sloan Higgins said, hey, our way to counteract their height advantage is just outwork them.
Another three.
Man, lights out shooting. A lot of times you worry about the big gym, big environment. That shooting percentage is saying otherwise.
Panthers made just over 150 on their way to the rush. And they are letting it fly tonight.
Good move by Vogel. Good finish and one.
Panthers not afraid to shoot from outside here in Green Bay.
Just in the corner, you could just see Coach Chu putting his hands up like, no, don't leave another shooter open. So again, a little extra space here with the court being a bit wider, a bit longer.
Panthers have made 5 threes. Free throw is good here on this end. And it adds up to a 3-point advantage for the Panthers. A senior-heavy squad here.
Trap.
Panthers poised, handling that pressure.
And that senior aspect, you can't overstate that as far as the importance of that on your team.
Anderson gets a hand in front of the pass, deflects it, gives it back to the Zephyrs, who are trying to either tie this game or pull within one. But a steal.
Good deflection. I feel like the pace is a little more controlled, just a little more in the favor of Durand right now.
Chloe off. Hoyt, outside shot.
No.
Little shy on that one. And that'll take us to a timeout. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Andy Brownell, Nick Tabbert back with you in Green Bay. We'll hear from Brad Hansen just before halftime.
Hacken Hansen, I'm sure he'll have some good things to say.
I hope so.
I'm sure he will.
He's looking at us. Yeah, he's just told us, gave us the thumbs up.
But now it's setting the standard high.
Best halftime interview ever coming up. Please join us. All right, another three-pointer off the mark, but another offensive rebound for the Zephyrs. And the Panthers are trying to get high enough to deflect those cross-court passes, but they just haven't gotten one yet.
Durant just rotating so well in that zone, but just that ball's just finding its way to a Zephyr in the lane.
Noli Anderson with two more.
And just more points in the paint, racking up.
She's a first-team all-conference selection, and she missed 8 games early in this season. So great to see her back and playing well.
Tough shot. Great finish.
That is Allie McMahon. That is the 6th senior in this really strong class that has led the Panthers to state. Anderson battling for the ball.
Yeah, just gripping it, fighting. That was an impressive finish down there.
Catch and shoot.
Contact, yeah.
And McMahon
off
here.
Balance, rip through, get the shoulder square, muscled up off the glass. It's good work. You pull moves like that, you know that's a kid that's in the gym a lot, putting a lot of shots up.
Anderson at the line here. She is 67%. Second one on the way. And that trims the lead to 2.
Trap coming, aggressive. Somebody's trying to pick it up a little bit more. Oh.
Zephyrs have been flirting with a turnover here on that pressure. They finally get one.
Pass at the corner.
Another 3 on the way. They're not falling at this end for the Zephyrs right now.
Just can't. They're 0 for from 3. Had good looks. Had really good looks. 8 of 15 shooting though for Durand.
Fully off. On the take.
Good kick.
Sabelko, another three. No.
They do a great job of that little dribble drive action. Getting in the middle of the lane, looking for the kick out.
Crow, Ripley thought about the three.
Anderson had a good post position inside. Nice move.
Just a little creativity there.
Yep.
Ripley created her own shot, and this game is tied.
Tied up. Good deflection.
Take another look.
Yeah, good little hesitation, crossover move. And using the backboard. Fundamental. And Danger picked that ball up on the sideline at the trap. Always risky business. Another one.
Knackers had a hand on it, and it's going back with the Zephyrs. As the officials discuss, I'm going to tell you the 2025 WIAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years.
I think they got the right call there. Like when the officials take that moment to discuss, just 10 seconds, get the right call. I always appreciate that when officials are willing to talk to each other and don't have an ego about who made the call. It's good work.
And we have the best of the best here working the state tournaments. Big honor for these officiating crews, not just players that are here, right? It's the officials as well.
It's a great job corralling that pass that came through and hit near miss. A rare near miss for Durand. Energy on the defensive end by Durand. Just been really impressed with that thus far.
See if they can sustain it. Anderson is heating up.
Too strong inside.
Into double figures here in this first half. She has 11 of the 25. More pressure.
Here it comes, just keeps coming. Yep. Makes you panic.
Zephyrs on the run.
Good
Crow.
decision.
Vogel. Yes.
Wow. Off through the contact.
Timeout, Durand, Arkansas.
Yeah, good call, Coach. You can just feel that momentum just starting to sway a little bit in the favor of the Zephyrs. So good call by the Panthers.
Take you back here to the last couple buckets.
Heck of an entry pass. Great, beautiful finish with that muscling it up, but beautiful finish.
And
nice dive.
Crow finding Vogel. Absorbing the contact and finishing. And the Zephyrs now have a 4-point lead.
Start to see that pressure, that just relentless, continual full-court pressure. Just a few more turnovers here. Again, Durand, I'm sure that's right now. That's the focus here. Just take your time, relax. Don't have to force it.
Shot selection so far here.
Yeah, St. Mary's. Basically, these two teams are about equal for the year. Low 30% as a team. Obviously, 5 of 11 versus 0 of 7. As for Durand, you got to be happy that you're in the game, and obviously those threes right now are a huge reason why, with that points in the paint advantage that St. Mary's has.
That is a 24-6 advantage at this moment. Durand, Arkansas having a little bit of trouble getting this ball across the timeline now. Sabelko in the corner. Tried to feed it inside, poked free, out of bounds. It will...
Just rushing those passes just a hair more than you need to. Just got to relax a little bit.
It will belong to the Zephyrs. But first, a timeout. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to Green Bay. St. Mary Catholic on a 12-2 run right now, has taken control of this game.
Yeah, that combination of that full court pressure and then the inside presence, just kind of wearing Durand down a little bit. See how they rebound all the last 2.5 minutes and a half. One thing for sure, their energy's not going to drop.
Ripley, long pass, Snackers now. Ripley has it again. Looking for her shot in the middle of the floor. Pass inside. And Anderson is going back to the free throw line.
Impressed with those passes that you see from SMC. Just got some good zip to them. They were definitely rifling through the gaps of the zone.
2 minutes and 2 seconds from now, we'll have our Jones halftime report. Don't forget to join us for that at the end of this half. And we promised an excellent interview from Brad Hansen. So
get the DVR ready, get the TiVo ready.
Nolie Anderson splashes it home. Zephyrs by 5 and looking to extend it with more pressure.
Yeah,
it forces another turnover, and a point you were just telling me during the break. Durand, Arkansas has 2 timeouts left for the rest of the game, and you certainly don't want to burn one here in the first half trying to get the ball across the timeline.
Oh, 30-second, with the state tournament with the extra media timeouts, you only get 2 30s and 2 fulls. So a little subtle technical thing as a coach you have to navigate through, and that's always that fine line where you feel a run going, and you know what time the media timeouts are coming. You're 30 seconds away from the media timeout. You don't want to waste one of those 4 because they're so precious, but yet you got to make sure that you have a game left to save them for. So far away from that 5-point game here. This is going to be a really big key possession for Durand.
All right, I mentioned the road to state a little bit ago. Show you here how each team reached the Resch. As I talked about earlier, the Panthers win over Fall Creek in the regionals. That was the big mental hurdle, the emotional hurdle to get past one of the best teams year in and year out in Western Wisconsin.
And one of the teams that have knocked them out a few times over the past. So that was, that's a big one.
All right, Zephyrs control here.
Coach Chu using a 30, definitely drawing something up here. Had some angle that he wanted to try to take advantage of. Wider court, save that from a turnover.
Here's Vogel.
Kick, extra pass, kick for 3.
Snackers won't fall.
0 of 8 for 3 for the Zephyrs.
But this is where the game has turned.
Yep, and you see them again, that pressure gets you. What happens, one thing when that pressure cranks up like that is it feels like it affects your vision. You're seeing Durand now passing it backwards more often. That just fires the pressure up more. It just makes it feel like there's an extra player on it.
Durand, Arkansas with 11 turnovers already.
Yep, didn't get back in bounds, didn't establish. Good call. Student section just reminding her it's a violation. Appreciate their help.
Attentive crowd tonight.
Yep.
You've got to appreciate it.
So those rotations out of the zone press. Excellent work by SMC.
All right, Panthers with a minute to play here in this first half.
Usually with Durand through the first half, when they get it to this point where they're able to get their half going off and set, they've been all right. It's just they've got to figure out a way to handle the full court pressure.
And another steal. Here comes Vogel racing ahead. But too strong. Crow.
Put back.
Good
bodies
hustle
there.
play.
Yeah, had bodies there for Durand. Just got to get a box out. Got to put a little lumber on that one. And St. Mary's just reciprocating the reminder of the violation. Good banter back and forth.
You know, if one student section is going to say it, the other one's going to have it queued up. Autumn Crow at the free throw line, 67%, just a sophomore. Extends the lead to 6. Final 45 seconds of our first half.
Sole non-senior in the starting lineup for St. Mary's.
Yeah, excellent rebounder, second team all-conference selection. Foul is not really a story for St. Mary Catholic. The next Panthers foul will result in bonus free throws if we get there. Are you holding for one here?
At this point, I would feel like the way the pressure is going at this point, you just want to get a good bucket. You want to take the time away from that momentum a little bit. It's important right now just to make sure you get a score.
Sabelko on the drive. Chloe off.
Nice.
Little two-girl action here. But it's stolen away. Final 10 seconds.
We're going to take a look at the clock on the way up.
Headsy. 6 seconds left. Panthers have time for one last shot. Chloe off, going to let it fly.
I say, look straight on from this angle. A little short.
And so that'll take us to the end of the first half. St. Mary Catholic. Slow start. Three's not falling. But the turnovers and the points off turnovers, the real story here in the stretch run of this opening half.
Yeah, it's the points, like you said, points off for turnovers, and then points in the lane, that points in the paint. Those two things definitely is why they have the lead. That shooting still solid by Durand, but definitely have cooled down just a little bit the last couple of minutes of the first half.
11-0 run for the Zephyrs to take us to halftime. Brett Hansen standing by with Zephyrs head coach Jeff Chu.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Coach, you held them scoreless the last 5.5 minutes. How do you like the defensive pressure down the stretch of the first half there?
We did some things better defensively. We took away their three-point, and plus we got to play full court a little bit more defensively.
Any big adjustments as you head into halftime?
We can always make adjustments out there. So,
all right, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Thanks, Brad. All right, what adjustments do you think they could make?
One, I think just keep rolling with the inside game. Make them have to defend you in the paint. Two, just keep working with the pressure. Obviously, that's getting to them. That's making an impact for Durand, they just got to talk about their press break. How are we going to handle it? How do we handle that pressure? And then just remind them, reiterate, hey, here's our game plan for how we're going to limit those looks in the lane.
All right, Jones Dairy Farm halftime report. On the other side of this timeout, a message now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome to the Jones Dairy Farm halftime report. At the break, St. Mary Catholic leading Durand, Arkansas 31-23 in our fourth and final game of this opening day of the girls basketball state tournament. Alongside Andy Brownell, I'm Nick Tabbert. All right, Coach, you talked a little bit before the break about the halftime adjustments. Talk to me about what you think each coach is going to deliver here in the locker room.
I love Coach Chu's comment. You can always make adjustments. But, that's the thing where, do you really feel like you need to make adjustments, or is this more of a fact of, hey, here's what we do, here's who we are, let's just tighten some of these things up? And I would think for St. Mary's, that's probably what it's going to be. Talked to the coach right before the game, and I said, hey, have fun. He goes, not time for fun, it's time for work. And apparently the girls are really getting after it. They're ready to work. Durand, it's all about handling that pressure. That's number one. Number two, just making sure you solidify, firm up again how we're going to defend the paint, and limit those inside touches, those second chance points where definitely St. Mary's has had the advantage.
We'll be back with some highlights and stats shortly, but for now we go upstairs to Scott Emmerich.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Don't forget the winner of this game will play Cuba City in the Division IV Championship Saturday afternoon. Earlier this evening, Cuba City beat the Prairie School in our first Division IV semifinal. You know, Eau Claire Memorial is one of the most successful tennis programs in the state and has the numbers to prove it. Nick Tabert tells us a series of record books kept by 2 coaches has documented special moments throughout the decades.
1963, Stan Hillstead was the head coach. And he was the varsity coach at Memorial for 27 years for the boys, and then 10 years for the girls. And Stan was a record keeper. So when I was hired as the head coach, and he had retired 1990-ish, he asked me if I would continue to the history. He felt it was pretty important. And at first, I wasn't exactly sure because I wasn't too worried about that. But then I did realize that if the coaches didn't do it, it might get lost. This is the first one for the girls that I did, and his, of course, last one was 1990. And then this is the last one for the girls, and this is the last one for the boys. He'd have each season. If he could, he'd have a picture. These are the seasons that he coached. He actually has a sheet in his where he has every team that he ever played and what the record was against them. And in tennis, you play a lot of schools.
Right.
That in itself is a lot. It probably took him 6 months.
How long does it take you to update each season?
Probably takes me 4 or 5 hours. We just do it a little different. I've got some motivational stuff. This is the part I like. I've got every player that ever played for me. So there's quite a few pages of that.
When you look through, do you go, oh, yep, I remember that day, and I remember this match, or I remember...
I do. Most of the time, it's a state tournament match, okay? Because some funny things happen down there when kids are nervous and everything else. And, I can even remember some of the things I might have said on court. I also have a piece in there about first team and all-state player, second team all-state players. And when people see that, a lot of times they'll say, no wonder you guys have been pretty good. You've got good players, and that's true. When I'm done, I'll probably update it completely and then hand it to the next person to see what they want to do with it.
All right, thanks to Nick Tabert for that story. And speaking of Nick Tabert, we're going to send it back courtside for a look ahead to the second half of our second Division IV semifinal. Durand, Arkansas and St. Mary Catholic. And guys, St. Mary Catholic able to open up some room there at the end of that first half.
Yeah, an 11-0 scoring run to close the half, and it's the points off turnovers. We'll talk about that more in detail here in a second. Let's show you the first half highlights to how we got to this point of a 31-23 game. Durand, Arkansas came out firing from 3.
Yeah, early on. 3 for 3 early on.
Meanwhile, for the Zephyrs, Ripley, the and one.
Yeah, great inside game. Just there early on, right away, you could see that inside presence.
And you mentioned the three-point shooting. Sabelko stepping into one here.
Yeah, early on, that was some red-hot shooting by Durand. Got him off to a great start.
And then you really like this play from McMahon.
That was beautiful. Nice rip through, finish through the contact. Also great defense, straight up.
And then things started to turn for the Zephyrs. Ripley creating her own shot. And then steals, points off turnovers really starting to accumulate. This is Crow taking it back.
That length, that athleticism, just again definitely was playing a major factor early on.
All right, so our first half stats, and I'm looking at second chance points and inside points at the bottom of the screen.
That's huge. Obviously, that 0% from 3 is very much unlike SMC. However, when you're making 26 points in the lane in a half, that's outstanding. So definitely some areas that Durand has to shore up.
And our leading scorers here from this first half.
Yeah, very balanced again from St. Mary, 12, 7, and 7. Hoyt doing a great job, and 3 players with 3. Again, not surprising that you don't see someone in double digits with Durand, how they played all season long with how you've had so many kids scoring and contributing.
All right, we are out of time at halftime already. Jones Dairy Farm halftime report. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with the second half after this. A message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to Green Bay. Second half, just seconds away. Our Brett Hansen caught up with Durand, Arkansas head coach Darren Lowenhagen.
All right, thanks, guys. Coach, obviously the pressure, the turnovers, the difference in the first half. What's the answer here in the second half?
Yeah, I think we just got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. They're really good. They're really athletic, but I think we're a little bit too soft right now. We just got to attack some of this with a little. When they're putting that much pressure on, we got to attack that back a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Brad. So more physicality from the Panthers.
Yeah, I think they got to counteract that. I mean, they know who they are. They're giving up that height, but again, their tenacity, their relentless nature, you just need to crank that up a little bit and take care of the ball.
Panthers with the ball first here to begin this second half. Here comes Kurth.
Have some trouble, yep.
With Chloe off.
Great find.
Perfect
Wow.
start to the second half.
How'd she see that? That's impressive. That's all you need to start. That's a start need.
Bench on its feet. A little bit more energy from the Panthers here to start. How about an answer, though? Still no three-pointers tonight for the Zephyrs.
But tracks down the offensive board. Another point. Yep, there's points off a rebound. Second chance points again.
And there's Anderson. The same story as the first half.
Good drive there. It's getting close to danger zone. Oh boy. Unlucky they didn't bring that second one to trap it.
Hoyt.
Good driving kick.
Another
Draw the
three.
key.
Yes!
Hey!
Chloe off.
There they are, picking it up.
Very similar to how we started the game.
Yep.
A couple of threes right away.
Legs are fresh, a little bit easier to be effective at three. Those legs get tired and drained from the pressure. Now, can you maintain that will be the key. Nice bump of that cutter going through the lane. Vogel looked like she had an easy cut to it, but bumped that off.
We promise this is not highlights from the first half.
No.
We're going to run it back here with Anderson and then an answer from the Panthers from distance.
Yeah, great driving kick.
Crow. Vogel.
Nice job getting that little flex screen on the baseline off the swing.
Ripley. Crow going to let it fly.
Nope. 0 for 10. It's very much unlike that.
You figure the numbers are going to even out if they shoot enough of them, but so far, no luck. But Vogel having
Keep
plenty of luck
pounding.
off the glass.
Just keep taking the twos. We'll come back to the threes a little bit. The inside's working for him. Nice look up. Just
A little bit too
much.
far for Hoyt.
But you got to take some of those over-the-top looks against that pressure to try to bring it back.
Take a look here what Vogel just did.
That's another great finish. Great body control. Take the bump, spin, get square in the air, and then use the left hand off the glass.
Vogel, 9 points in the first half.
Not a
Leading scorer on
bad
this team.
sister duo. Both of them 1,000-point scores at SMC. That's imagine what some of those yard driveway shooting contests were like.
Yeah, Emily just went past her sister for the record. I imagine there were some tennis games in the driveway as well, because Emily's an excellent tennis player.
I have a feeling with those two, a very competitive whatever it would be. Good find.
Answer and Chloe off is off to a hot start here in the second half.
Great passing again. That first half, they had those first 6 buckets, 6 assists. Again, coming back to that.
Ripley's
Good
shot
box
off
out.
the glass won't go. Here comes Hoyt, but she doesn't have numbers.
Belko with just a great box out there that last time.
6 seniors for Durand, Arkansas. They've done a lot of the heavy lifting this season. Multiple categories leading the way.
It's been the group that they've leaned on, and they've definitely delivered.
Entry
Nice
pass to
find.
Hoyt. Tie up. It'll be a jump ball. And that'll send us to a TV timeout. Tightening up a little bit here. Panthers sharing the ball well. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to Green Bay. Nick Tabbert and Neenah head coach Andy Brownell. Courtside for this Division IV semifinal. Winner to face Cuba City on Championship Saturday.
Durand coming out of that media timeout, little 1-2-2 zone. Trying to limit those lane touches. Vogel sliced in nicely to find a spot.
Ripley back up top to Crow.
Good swing.
Voss inside to Anderson.
Great ball movement. Textbook. Side-to-side movement. Look to tack off the the last pass on the swing. Pick it up there.
Got it across though. Easing coach's nerves here.
Yeah, a little bit. Good swing. Nice cut off the baseline.
Point denied.
Rejection.
Ripley there.
They timed those well. A lot of good athletes on both squads. Obviously, a lot of these kids are multi-sport athletes.
And you're seeing the ball movement on the other end. Ripley away with the board.
Nice board. Definitely get another high point. Hope to go get it. Anderson. Some hot shooting there.
Well, when you get the ball inside and she can get position, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, with that strength, just muscles that up.
She's down at the block right now, opposite of Vogel.
Good rotation over. Got the turnover. Here comes the press.
So right here, you want her to keep the dribble?
Don't dribble to that spot in the corner and then pick it up there. That's like the worst possible spot. Got bailed out though. A little foul now on the rebound.
Voss knocked to the floor here.
And you definitely want to try to attack the middle as much as possible. If you're going to dribble it up on the sideline, you're going to either have to see that trap coming, keep your dribble going a little retreat dribble to create the better pass lane, or turn on the jets and go.
Okay, take a look at the steal numbers. We talked about it in the first half. The turnovers and the points off turnovers combined with the points in the paint, really the strategy right now for St. Mary Catholic to score.
Driving kick, still no.
On a night when the three ball is not falling.
No. Nice look up court.
Great vision. And Hoyt finishes.
Yep. Yeah, you have to do that. Yeah, it's like in football. You got to throw some deep ones sometimes to bring that pressure out, get the players out of the box. Same thing here. That press is coming up. You've got four girls up high going after the ball. Got to take some chances.
Vogel through a lot of traffic.
Anderson misses.
Panthers
right that down.
Corral that. Yeah, right. And a chance to trim this deficit even more.
Let's turn the corner. Good job. Her relentless angle on that one drew the foul.
Take you back here to the
great vision.
The 50-yard bomb here for the layup.
Good finish through contact too.
We are in Green Bay, so
absolutely. Off the back.
Almost worked for Chloe Oth. Emma Hoyt will score.
Here we go. 2-point game. Giddy up.
Momentum back to Durand, Arkansas over the last 3-4 minutes.
Great find.
Anderson answers.
Wow. Yeah, give it to Anderson in her money spot down there.
Well, she heard you say that she missed.
Yeah. Get another look up. Hey,
great vision.
Nice.
Kurth draws the foul. Good sportsmanship, too, to help each other up.
And now that's the third time now in the last, 4 or 5 possessions we saw them look up like that. Heads-y play.
Heads-up play by Chloe Oth. Valedictorian, by the way, of the class.
Showing it off.
Academic All-State going to Viterbo to play college basketball.
That's good for her.
This is Kurth at the line. Coach says she's been one of the leaders in the playoffs, scoring-wise, hitting a lot of free throws in clutch situations. See her numbers tonight. And I jinxed her, I'm sorry.
Actually, I think it was the fact that they wouldn't give her the ball until she tucked her jersey, and that kind of I'm gonna save you on that one. Then.
All right, thank you.
I'm here for you, buddy.
3-point game.
Good cut.
Vogel, yes.
Through again. Man, just their ability to finish through contact.
Is that just time in the gym? working or practice reps against your teammate, trying to work on how to finish that?
Absolutely, because you don't do that just by like throwing it up and hoping for the best. That's definitely something you practice time and time again, just through the contact. First, it started with the cut that you couldn't even see, and then just taking the hand off the ball and just kind of using that guide hand just to give you a little extra space.
Entertaining second half here, trading punches. Hoyt on the move.
Took advantage of the switch, had a little gap, couldn't finish.
Knackers popping open down low for a moment. Anderson with it. She's been so efficient down at the block. Vogel's going to get an easy catch and finish.
Again, they're just reading that weak side cutter. Defender just turns their eye, turns their head a little bit, and boom, there goes the cut.
More difficulty getting the ball up. More deflections. Addison Off has it now, though.
St. Mary's is definitely spends a lot of time on their conditioning just to keep coming.
Perth had an opening but couldn't finish. Kind of been the difference here. The Zephyrs have been able to finish when they're inside.
Very true.
Crow back up top. Knackers now will reset.
That little flex screen off the swing. Nice with the post. Got the kick. Take it. She had Ripley in the corner, but when you're finishing like that in the lane, just finish it. Back up to 9. Boy, it just felt like Durand just had it down to 2.
Yeah, really quick answer here. It's a 6-0 run over the last 90 seconds. And remember, Durand, Arkansas only with 2 timeouts. I understand we're down to 9 minutes instead of, first half, but that's going to be a factor. Chloe Off can't get it to go.
Overplayed a little bit. Coach wanted the foul call there. Don't blame him. You can see why. This one always get called. Skip.
It's an 8-1 run over almost 3 minutes now for St. Mary Catholic, and they're going to hustle back to guard Sabelko. Left open. She's going to let it fly.
Nope.
Addison Oth saves it. Hoyt.
Another one. Nope. Pushing the pace a little bit here by St. Mary.
Ripley lost it. Vogel draws the whistle.
Again, just that this is about the same time first half, where about halfway through you started to see the momentum go towards SMC. That pressure just mounts up, takes a toll. Same thing now second half, about midway through.
Vogel at the line. She has 15 points tonight. Conference Player of the Year, I mentioned earlier, she's going to go to UW-Eau Claire. Play for Tanya England's squad. Brand new building over there, the Sonnentag.
Beautiful. Great facility. Will there be a blue golden?
That sends us to a timeout. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back, Nick Tabbert and Coach Andy Brownell. And hey, Coach, we got to congratulate you. 300 wins recently.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Been blessed to have a great program, a lot of great kids. Just fortunate to be in that opportunity to take advantage of that. And big milestone, but one that's definitely a program win.
All right, Zephyrs in transition. Anderson, who else at the block for the finish?
Because that frenetic pace that we had there, it felt like there was about 12 deflections in that one possession back and forth.
And this lead has grown to 12 now.
It's where Durand, you can't get it back in one. Just take care of it, good one at a time. Try to stack some good possessions on top of each other.
Sabelko had a good look.
Nice board, great crash. Got to attack that lane a little bit. Need to relieve that pressure. Just end up with those perimeter passes like that. That pressure just keeps coming at you.
I misspoke. It was Kurth with the 3. Last bucket here. Transition time for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, great. Unselfish play there, passing it up. Find your teammate. Anderson, what is she, 9 of 10 right now? 8 of 9? Just some hot shooting.
Adding to the story about points in the paint here. 42 to 12.
30-point advantage. That's tough to overcome. Fortunate that St. Mary's being an over from the 3-point line. That's helped Durand definitely. If they had been hot from there, that would have been really tough. I agree. That's great.
Thank you.
Great. Is that your wife?
Credit to the wife.
All
she
right.
found the tie. Broke it out last year at the tournament. And yes, I continue to get compliments. So
absolutely.
Shout out to Whitney Tabbert.
There you go. Showed it off. There we go.
Thank you for tweeting and for recognizing the tie.
Nice. Oh, I jinxed her. That's my bad.
Still a loose ball down below. Crow.
Yeah.
Vogel. Oh, it was in and out. It's been that kind of night.
It has been from the 3-point line. But again, just all those rebounds just adding up. If you don't score, it takes a little bit of a mental toll.
Every possession
Great
really
block.
important for the Panthers now.
Nice
Hoyt.
finish. That's the second time she's done like that, where she elevates nicely, absorbs the contact, finishes off the glass. Good find again. Oh, offensive.
Kurth lost a shoe, but made a great play.
That was a great throwing your body in there on that one. Coach Chu with the stoic stare out onto the court.
Never satisfied.
The guy's been at it, won 500 games in his career. I mean, that's good work.
25th season, won the title in 2009. 534 career wins.
Yeah. Between, if I'm not mistaken, St. Mary's, Hortonville, and then back to St. Mary. Dangerous spot. No. Oh, got lucky with that. Good.
So what do you want to see there instead?
One, first off, don't pick it up on the sideline, especially then don't cross half court and pick it up there. You're just penned in.
All right, we have a timeout on the floor. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. The 2025 WIAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Key possession here. Got plenty of time. 7 minutes left.
Hoyt, it's going to drop.
There it is. That was big. Get it down to 7. Now stack a stop here. Get a stop. Give yourself a chance to put another some more points on the board.
Durand, Arkansas team that prides itself on its defense.
Just struggling just to get around. Great job sealing by the Zephyrs here in the lane.
Vogel, step through. Yes.
Move. Sweet footwork.
Vogel has 18 points.
Middle, there you go, look back.
Now the Panthers need to answer.
Get some lane cutters here. Do something to draw that defense a little bit. Good
Chloe
move.
off.
That'll work.
She's been really fun to watch here in the
She
second
has
half,
been. A lot of
especially.
energy. A lot of energy. They just keep going.
Trading buckets is only going to work for so long, though. Panthers need a couple stops here at this end.
Great job positioning on the inside. Anderson and Vogel both done a really nice job with that.
Ripley.
Nice cut again. Vogel with the inside move. Great kick. There
And
it
there
is.
is the first three of the night. It belongs to Crow.
Bumps it back up to 10. And hang tight here, Durand. Get that middle. Get that middle. There you go. Look up over the top. Nice look. Pass fake that one.
St. Mary Catholic 1-3 tonight, but they haven't really needed it.
No.
All that success inside.
Plus 30 on the inside. That cures a lot of shooting holes from the outside when you can be a plus 30 in the paint.
Mackers, second chance. Anderson.
Again, just so strong in the lane. It's a beast on the boards.
All right, so it finally goes here for the Zephyrs from outside.
Yeah, good drive. Looked like Vogel was going to try to muscle it up. Last second, nice kick out. Sweet stroke. There you go. It's a good finish.
Anderson at the line, 20 points tonight. They make it 21.
Right. Anderson and Vogel putting up almost 40 between the two of them.
Anderson averages nearly 14 a game, and she's closing in on a double-double here.
Yeah, the way she's been boarding, probably a fairly good chance that she gets that 10th rebound.
All right, lead is back to 12, under 5 minutes to go now.
It's almost like a one-player press. Ripley just getting up there, running all over the place, challenging every pass. All right, Durand calling a little set here. Good cut. Shaleski, nice cut through.
Here comes Hoyt. Great defense by Crow, though, just to take away that angle.
Yeah. Off with a nice cut through the lane. Mr. Nice backdoor. Oh.
Almost went for Kurth. Here come the Zephyrs looking to increase the lead. Nearly stolen away. Crow corrals. Open look, other side of the floor, in and out. Anderson.
Rebound 10.
Vogel. Gonna back it out.
Wise, Coach Chu saying, hey, bring it back out.
Ripley from the corner.
That's not what he wanted. Coach was like, no, let's work the clock.
And it'll be Panthers ball.
Coach definitely being very clear on his feelings on that one. We're up by 12. Let's work the clock a little bit. Ripley up again, that one-player press. Get a lane cutter right through the middle. There you go, good cut.
Boy,
Turn the corner.
she's done that move before.
Good battle. For the board.
Yes, that is off down
Jump
low.
ball. Keep her here.
With Vogel. Possession to the Panthers, and time starting to become a little bit of a factor here. 3.5 to go. Does Durand, Arkansas, have a couple more threes left in the tank?
Need them. Yep.
Addison off.
Nice move.
With 3 white jerseys.
Yep.
Right below the rim there to collect that rebound.
A lot of arms that she's got to try to finish with her. Now Coach Chu again directing. Set it up, get it up on top, take your time, work a little bit here. This can afford to be a little deliberate. Only 3 team fouls for Durand, so if they're going to come forward, we're going to have to burn a couple. It's more time.
Sabelko aggressive. Hoyt now up top. Panthers.
Good discipline.
Ripley. And a steal. Chloe off. Continuing her great game. Long pass ahead.
Wow, good find.
But the white jerseys got back in time. Good hustle. And now Anderson breaking free. And a layup for Anderson. What a night for her.
Quite the night, yes. 24.
Down to 2:20. Panthers got to push here. Wow, Ripley just relentless.
Long arms.
She's going to save it.
Yep, there you go. Set it back up. Take your time. Work that clock.
We'll see if the Panthers start to foul now.
To double a couple, see if you can get one. There you go.
There's a steal. This is
Contact.
Kurth.
And
Yes,
one.
and one.
And one.
Great play.
Way to use the contact. Drew her in. Absorb that contact. Muscle it up. Strong move. Just knew she was coming on that hit. Drew the contact. Good finish.
Talked about the effort. Panthers don't have the height, but they play with such energy.
Just a lot of heart, a lot of intensity.
All right, they're down by 12. Minute 45 to go.
Got time, but you can't let St. Mary's just take their time.
And a
Coach wanted a
timeout.
timeout.
Yep. Had a couple in his pocket.
Just reminding them, time and score. Up by 12. Minute 40 left. Let's be deliberate in what we do.
A reminder, the winner here will advance to play Cuba City for the Division IV championship. That'll be Saturday, approximately 12:45. This is game 4 of 15 this week. So glad you can join us once again for this year's Girls State Basketball Tournament. Just a staple. It's a sign of spring.
Absolutely.
It's a fun time of year. It's great to see all the student sections, the bands, the mascots here at the Rush.
Just before we saw a shot of the St. Mary's huddle, I'd like to give a shout out to his staff. Jeff will be the first one to admit he's had an incredibly loyal staff that's been with him for a long time. A number of them, when he went to Hortville, traveled there with them. When he came back to St. Mary, rejoined him there. So again, he would be the first one to give credit to his wonderful assistants that he's had on his on his staff. And any coach, they need those people. They're huge. It's a team effort. You need a great crew with you to be able to do that and have the success that St. Mary's have had.
Yeah, Dave, Jubilee, Brian Jack on the bench there. For the Zephyrs, a minute 40 away from the state title game.
Good trap. Almost. Yep. Good. Yeah, that's a good foul. Good move. Almost had the trap. Didn't quite get the steal, so get the foul. Try it again. Got a couple fouls to burn here.
Two Panthers now have 3 fouls. One last timeout before the finish. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to Green Bay. Zephyrs about to inbound the ball, leading with a minute 34 to go.
Here comes the trap, trying to get one. Taking on that first pass.
And it's going to be a foul, so Panthers have 5 team fouls.
Fourth on Hoyt. I'd like to, if you're Durant, I'd like to see her not pick up the 5th here. Need to foul, let's make sure it's not her.
And at what point do you just need to sell out and try to force free throws?
Yeah, soon. Oh, there was a great chance there. Yep. Came down a little aggressively, but again, at that point, you don't really have a choice. Next foul, we're in bonus.
That's going to go on Kurth.
Number 12, 6 team foul.
just her first. Chloe Oth has 3. So you don't want Hoyt or Chloe Oth to commit the fouls here.
Rather not, but again, like I said, time's ticking down.
Yep, we're down to 1:07.
Can't quite close the clamps on that trap. Good hands. Got one coming here. Oh,
and it's going to go against Chloe Oth.
I wanted to see those hands by you again. That ball was coming right at us. People didn't see the phenomenal, the hands that you had first game this evening session.
Well, Andy, I was a JV basketball player in high school, so I had great hands.
I'll tell you what, that was coming like a rocket, and you caught it one-handed. One-handed.
I appreciate the flattery between the tweets tonight and Coach Brownell here really build me up. Free throw missed. Panthers need to push here. Under a minute to go. Ripley with the deflection. So 53 seconds. Durand, Arkansas probably looking at threes here. Or if you have a wide open 2 underneath.
Yeah, if you can get a wide open 2 and draw the foul on your way in, that's like best case scenario. Get to stop the clock. But yeah, you got to score quick here. You can't take long. Obviously, for your SMC, you're just going to do the opposite. If you're going to get a look, you're going to have to earn it.
Hoyt had that shot deflected.
Yep.
Crow.
Yep, the SMC crowd feeling it. Knowing they're on the verge of playing again on Saturday.
Sabelko's going to draw that foul, and it's substitution time for Durand, Arkansas.
And this is a tough moment, especially Durand, that senior class, what they've meant to that school, what they've meant to that community. This is not the ending you want, but again, if your season can end at the state tournament, that is an outstanding, phenomenal season, and a great way for these seniors to get this moment to come off. Get the thank you seniors chant. Get some hugs and love from your teammates, for your coaches. Not the ending you want, but a phenomenal, phenomenal way to end the season, and for those seniors, a great way to end their career. Props to them.
Emma Pelkey, number 33, is in. You see the hugs here. 6 outstanding seniors leading this Panthers program to state for the first time since 2017. Also, yep.
I was going to say, as a coach, that's one of those toughest moments like that, when the game's over, because you put everything into getting ready for that game, and then, now it's over, and you got to say goodbye to a great group of kids.
And at this end of the floor, the Zephyrs on their way to the state championship yet again. They've played in the WIAA tournament 3 times, and they are going to reach the finals for the 3rd time.
That's a pretty good percentage, 3 for 3.
The last time they played at state, 2009, they won it all.
Previous to that, some success at the whistle level before the merger as well. So it's a very rich tradition there, especially under Coach Chu at SMC.
Blouse has it for Durand. Now Weiss. Pelkey into the game as well. Final 5 seconds here. And Durand is not going to get a shot off. The Zephyrs advance to the championship game. They'll take on Cuba City on Saturday.
Congrats to them. Great game. Again, that size inside, those points in the paint is such a difference. But also, you got to tip your hat to Durand. They didn't quit, fought all game long.
St. Mary Catholic, 26-3 now. 1 win away from another championship. Took it all in 2009. Won a WISA title in 98 as well. And they have a date with Cuba City on Saturday afternoon in the Division IV championship game. You look back, the threes weren't falling for the Zephyrs, but they were able to, with that pressure, force the turnovers. And then it complemented the points in the paint, obviously.
Yeah, the points in the paint, the rebounding, the points off of those rebounds too. Again, that obviously goes along with the points in the paint. But just that inside presence was just too much for Durand to overcome. And again, we looked at that, knowing that could be an issue going into the game. Durand gave it everything they could to try to compensate and overcome that.
We will hear from St. Mary Catholic when we come back. A message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. St. Mary Catholic has advanced to the Division IV championship game with a 58-45 win over Durand, Arkansas. Brad Hansen standing by with Jeff Chu and his crew.
All right, Nick, thank you very much. Noli, what an incredible game for you guys. Congratulations. Seemed like every time they started to make a run, you had an answer. Talk to me about the night that you had and how good it felt to have a night like that here.
I mean, I think we were all kind of nervous coming into the game, but we settled our nerves down just making those little baskets. Our passing was great all around for the team, and we really used each other for the win.
Talk about this student section hanging out behind us. They were just chanting, "No school, no school."
Yes.
What have they meant to you guys this year?
They're awesome. They support us really well, and there's always a good amount of people that show up, so it's great.
Awesome. Emily, I'm going to bring you in. As seniors, you guys have won over 100 games together. What did this one mean, though?
Yeah, I mean, winning 100 games, that's pretty cool. That was a goal of ours this year because we knew we could get that. But I think this game means a lot more to us, obviously. We've never got the chance to play here at the Resch Center. So our first year going and our last year as seniors, I think it was pretty cool, and especially that we could win.
You got to wrap your head around the fact that you get to play for a gold ball on Saturday. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've wrapped my head around it yet. We're all super excited. Yeah.
Well, good luck to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Coach, tell me about this group of girls and what they mean to you and what they mean to this program.
It's great. Usually we play a little deeper on our bench, but we didn't play as many as last time, and the 4 that played a lot stepped up and played the whole game. They did a great job.
So now we shift into getting ready for Saturday, Championship Saturday. What's the focus over the next day and a half or so?
Well, we have to do things for Cuba City, that's for sure. They handle the ball well, they shoot the ball well, so we have to stop them from rebounding because they rebound like crazy in there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.
The victorious Zephyrs. We'll send it back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you so much, Brad. All right, I'll get your thoughts on the game here in a second. Let's go into our second half highlights and show you how this played out. You know, Durand, Arkansas had the momentum, and then St. Mary Catholic came back, and it was kind of just a game of runs until St. Mary Catholic, I think, kind of just wore down the Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely. That wearing down factor was definitely part of it.
Anderson was so good tonight at both ends of the floor. Got it going there. Panthers had a couple really, nice down-the-court looks. Hoyt gathered and finished there. Vogel was so good off the glass finishing.
Yeah, just their ability to finish, their shooting percentage within 5 feet of the hoop. I would love to see that stat. That was just outstanding.
Chloe Oth was aggressive to the rack, 2 there, and then the three-pointer, we talked about how they couldn't get one to fall. It finally did for Pro here.
That kind of felt like the dinger. Like, oh gosh, now they're hitting that too. That was just a tough one.
Story of the game here: the turnovers, the points off, the points in the paint, and Anderson part of all of that. 24 points to lead the Zephyrs back to the championship game.
Yeah, I think we knew going into it that was going to be an issue for Durand, was that height advantage and that inside presence, and obviously 44-18, the inside points, 14 steals. That 38% from 3 from Durand definitely kept them in the game for quite a while, and 40% from 2 as well, especially when they're going against a taller opponent like that. They definitely did everything they could to keep themselves in it as long as they possibly could.
And a look at our leading scorers from this evening.
Boy, those first 2 jump out for you. Where they put up 43 of the 58 from St. Mary's. That was definitely impressive. But again, good balance scoring there. Hoyt and Off definitely did everything they could to try to keep them in the game.
Anderson averages about 14 a game, so to have 24 in the double-double, that was huge. So we heard from Coach about the matchup with Cuba City.
Yeah.
What are your initial impressions of our Division IV final?
It was kind of funny for him to say Cuba City rebounds like crazy after what they just did on the rebounds and on the glass. But I think that inside game counteracting, who's going to get the inside edge of that one? Because just seeing how Cuba City in that previous game, what they were able to do in the paint, that is going to be a really interesting matchup with those 2 teams going back and forth inside.
That game, early Saturday afternoon, about 12:45. Xavier Oosberg going to be the Division III final. So give me a couple thoughts about tomorrow, though. You know, we got 4 games down. We got 6 to go tomorrow. What are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Looking at some great games tomorrow. I feel blessed to have the Wauwatosa East versus West De Pere game, and then the Kimberly versus Appleton East game. So for me, selfishly, those are great games. Can't wait to call those. But I think the whole slate, the whole docket tomorrow is going to be outstanding.
Yes. Please come back and watch more basketball with us tomorrow. Andy and I are going to call it a night. We'll go back upstairs now to Scott Emery.
Hey, Nick and Andy, thanks so much. Let's put a bow on the first day of the WIAA Girls Basketball Tournament and tell you what happened. It started earlier this afternoon with our Division III semifinals. Xavier ended up beating Elk Mound 45-35. Xavier went on a 32-14 run in the second half to come from behind and pull that one out. And Xavier will play Oostburg in the Division III Championship, 66-57 winners over Laconia. Kinsley Ketterhagen, just a freshman with 20 points to lead the way for the Lady Dutch. And then tonight it was Cuba City over the Prairie Schools, 68-63 the final there. So Cuba City will get a chance to play for their 12th WIAA state title on Saturday, and they'll take on St. Mary Catholic, who just beat Durand, Arkansas 58-45. Go ahead, go to bed, come back, wake up early tomorrow morning. We got your hoops for you starting at 9 o'clock. A little basketball with your breakfast. The Division V semifinals. Assumption making their 8th trip to state. We'll take on Owen Whitby at 25-4, making their 10th trip to state. A couple of teams familiar with state tournament action. And that game will be followed by Oshkosh Lourdes and Barneveld. Then our second Division V semifinal. Oshkosh Lourdes making their first ever trip. Barneveld their 12th. Then we'll take a break, come back at 1:30 for the Division II semifinals. Edgewood at 27-1, the defending champs in Division III, will take on Rice Lake. Then West De Pere will play Wauwatosa East in our second Division II semifinal. Wauwatosa East was here last year. And then our Division I semis tomorrow night, Kimberly at 27-1 and Appleton East. A pair of Fox Valley Association rivals will go at it for the 3rd time this year. And they'll play the winner of Arrowhead and Muskego, and that'll wrap up a big day of hoops tomorrow, Friday. Muskego making their first ever trip to state, Arrowhead their 12th. That'll do it for me and the rest of the crew. Thanks so much. We'll see you right back here tomorrow morning for more WIAA State Tournament basketball. Good night, everyone.
The 2025